Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of my Pokemon Crystal Legacy Nuzlocke challenge. If you missed part 1, it's on my TikTok page, or you can go to my YouTube channel where I have a dedicated playlist to this series I'm doing. So let's get right into it. After I defeated Faulkner and got my first badge, I go back to the Pokemon Center and I meet with Professor's assistant to get the mysterious egg. The egg hatches into a Togepi, and we name him Daniel. So I don't know if I'm going to end up using Togepi all that much, but it is another normal flying type when it evolves. But I'm just going to keep using Eric Confirmed right now. The next thing I do is go to the Sprout Tower and take on the Sages. I decided to take on this one later because the level cap was 10. That was easy enough with just grinding a few levels, and this would help me grind a few extra before getting to Azalea Town, which the level cap is 16. The Sages this time are a lot tougher. They are more dedicated grass type trainers, basically a pseudo gym in my opinion. They'll use the obvious Bellsprout, but they'll also use Hoppips and Sunkern, so something I really like. And you get the HM Flash from that afterwards. I will maybe only use it once. And before I leave, I decided to get my encounter here, which is going to be Ghastly. So I already have a Rattata, which means I'm guaranteed to get this one, and Gengar is probably one of, if not the best Pokemon in this game. So I'm really excited to use this. I catch her, and I decide to name her Banan after my wife, who Gengar is her favorite Pokemon, so hopefully I don't kill her. Next, it's time to move to Azalea Town, and on Route 32 I get my encounter, which is a Wooper. A Pokemon I really like. Clodsire is now one of my favorite Pokemon, but before that boy comes to existence, Quagsire was a lovable derpy guy. And with only one weakness being grass, I'm pretty confident that this guy will help out a lot. So we catch the Wooper, and I name her Abexel. Continuing with our encounters, I then go into the Union Cave, and we get ourselves a Geodude. This is a Pokemon I love, and honestly, a lot of my games of just regular playing Pokemon, I end up having a Golem on my team. It's one of those Pokemon I don't really talk about, but I really like Golem, so I'm excited to have it. After catching the Geodude, we then name her E2SF, which actually has the number 2, but there's no number digits in the nickname, so yeah, this is what we're going with. And then next we go to the pitifully short Route 33, and we encounter Machop. So I'm really happy about this. I don't think I've ever used Machop in Generation 2, so this will be fun. And we're going to name him Fade. And realizing it now, I have 3 of the 4 Trade Evolution Pokemon, so let's see in the next episode we'll get Abra. Fingers crossed. I finally make it to Azalea Town. I talk with Kurt, who tells me about the Slowpokes being abused in the Slowpoke well, and then he goes after them. I quickly follow up behind Kurt, and I have to now take over clearing out Team Rocket from the well after he falls and hurts himself. The first guy we're going to fight here is the Hyuckster, or Team Rocket Edo, is what he's called in this ROM hack. And he has a pretty solid team. He has Elekid, he has Magby, and he has Smoochum. And we're going to be encountering him throughout our adventure, so his team is only going to get tougher. Basically, it's pretty straightforward here. Like, I have Pokemon that have counters to each of his types. So basically, Chikorita is going to take care of the Elekid, Wooper is going to take care of the Magby, and then the Smoochum I actually put in Banan the Ghastly, which was pretty risky, but I think it worked out in the end. And then cool news, after taking out Edo, Gasms evolves into Bayleaf, so heck yeah. Before taking on the last Team Aqua Grunt, I get my encounter, and it's going to be a Slowpoke. Slowbro and Slowking are pretty powerful in this game. I think Slowbro is a little bit better. I catch him with no problem. The nickname I give him is Gamboa. Again, every single one of these nicknames for my Pokemon are after followers or subscribers to both my TikTok and my YouTube channel. So if you want me to use your name, just give me a follow or subscribe. I really appreciate it. So now it's time to take on the last Team Rocket Grunt. Game doesn't tell it yet, but this is actually Archer. His ace Pokemon is going to be a Houndour. So right here, he's going to lead off with a coughing, and I lead off with Eric. And basically, we're going to take him out. This actually goes better than I expected. I go with some hypnosis to get him to fall asleep, and I kill him with some pecks. He does get a smog off of me, but I don't get poisoned. I don't get punished. So, yeah, no, good job, Eric. His second Pokemon, Slowpoke, which he obviously attained while being here in the well, is really easy to take care of. All I do is switch right into Gasms, my Bayleaf, and we take him out with some Razor Leafs. His last Pokemon is Houndour, and this thing is a menace. Going into this fight, I was not prepared, just being honest here. The Houndour hits way harder than I expected. I mean, I start off with a Bexel, my Wooper, to get some Mud Slaps in. He takes an Ember pretty well, but he also has Bite. And, yeah, it's going to be scary. I do luck out here. I do avoid a Leer, and I'm able to get the accuracy drop, but it just didn't come in to help during this. He hits all of his attacks, and every single one of his attacks would either 2-hit KO or kill on a crit. So I really, really had to play around here. Basically, by the end of it, I ended up having to switch into all of my Pokemon until Gasms, who had to tank an Ember, was able to get the final kill. Really scary, but I am happy I was able to get through it, but my gosh, it was risky. With Team Rocket gone, it's now time to challenge Bugsy for the second gym badge, and his team has had a complete overhaul. I think Bugsy is honestly my favorite gym leader in this Crystal Legacy ROM hack. He's going to lead off with a Pineco, and that one is pretty straightforward. If you have a Quilava as your starter, I think this gym is still pretty much free. But right here I decided to go with Eric, my Hoot. Just a few pecks is enough to get the knockout. Bugsy's second Pokemon is Lady Ann, and this was expected because it has Thunder Punch, which is why I led with Eric. Right here I go into Gasms, my Bayleaf, and this is because Lady Ann does not know a bug or a flying move, so Bayleaf is actually pretty safe here to set up a Leech Seed, and my plan is to slowly reduce its health to a range where I can switch into Unknown and hopefully be able to knock out the Lady Ann and really cripple the Scyther with an Ancient Power. We unfortunately get into some bad luck here as Lady Ann goes for a Supersonic and confuses my Unknown. Fortunately, Lady Ann does not die. That's actually really important. So right here, I'm going to switch into Banan, my Ghastly. I'm going to make an error here because I did not look at Scyther's moveset before doing this fight. So right here, Bugsy brings out Scyther, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm pretty sure it just has like Fury Cutter and Cut and Quick Attack, and I thought it had like a Focus Energy or something. So right here I get the Lick. Next off I see that, oh, it's not going for a move like Pursuit or something. Maybe it doesn't have it. So I'm going to use Curse. And I have a Berry that heals me. You know, this is pretty good. So right here I decide to land an attack, and yeah. Scyther used Pursuit and killed Banan. My precious Ghastly, that could have been an Elite Four Pokemon, is now dead. My first death of the run. So right here I go into Unknown, and I try to go for an Ancient Power, and Scyther just demolishes it. Honestly, I kind of expected that. Unknown was the Pokemon I was planning on losing, or if I did, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. So right here I go into Quit W, my Growlithe, who is just able to finish this off with some Embers. The Curse from Banan is finally proccing, so yeah, this was very sloppy on my end. Definitely something I need to be a little bit more prepared of in future runs, or in future gym fights.